Hi. Hello. Welcome to my fort. Oh, I have been doing some major inner child embracing this weekend. I built myself a fort and had my brother over. We played some games in the fort, you know, ate my peanut butter honey sandwiches, my cereal, watched a bunch of cartoons. Oh, I feel a lot lighter. I feel a lot better. What the sun has been bringing to us, it's a game for sure. This last week, man, I was one day, Thursday, Friday, it was just like sadness and then laughter. I felt fucking manic, and I have not felt that way in such a long time. It was a little off putting, but when that happens, we gotta embrace it, not sit there and try to push it away. And just a lot of stuff from childhood has been coming up a lot lately. I think the source of my tears were like remembering some of the moments, like in childhood through young adult life, where it's like we abandon ourselves. And I think that's what was really brought up for me personally. Um, I think a lot of people have been feeling it, just not the same way. We all have our own shit that we have to work through. When we're little kids, when we're children, I think it's like up until we're like, between like 6 and 8 years old, we're in the theta brainwave state. And that's like the state you want to be in during like a hypnosis or meditation, those kinds of things where you really absorb all of the information around you. So it just made me think like, we're not responsible for the programming that we acquire as children, but as conscious adults, when we become aware of these things, it is our responsibility to embrace it and, evolve through it. But so I've been throwing around this idea for a while now, doing like a Sunday oracle reading. Don't know if I'm going to commit to every Sunday, but we'll see what happens. Sunshine and shadows, because like last week when we had that, all that major sun code energy coming in, the more sunlight there is, the more shadows it creates, and so that it works that way within us too. The closer to the light that we get, it's like our shadows become even more apparent, like we become a little more aware of them. So I thought I'd like to do, Sunday sunshine, but balance it out with the shadow aspects that might be coming up, into our awareness. So, yeah. Uh, Before I get started with that, I have this deck, this oracle deck, and it's postcards from Spirit. And I was bringing my carousel of cards out. Hey, Mama Bear! Genevieve! I'm so glad you're here. Nice to see you. So this one fell out when I was carrying it. I wasn't going to pull any cards from this deck, but it fell out on the floor, and I picked it up, and I mean, it's, they're a little sappy, but, it's a postcard, it's a letter from Spirit to you. So I'm going to read this one because it was just on the floor. So it wants to be heard. It says, Dearest you, we here on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although they are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in this world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it is based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Right there. A fierce and joyful respect for life. Just want to read that one again. Love thrives when you focus on it, and we want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, better or less than, etc. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. Can you let go of what is not love and ask, what would love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here. It's a lot. But it's like, live and let live. I think that's the ultimate way of existing. It's like, where'd my comments go? There we go. Yeah, you're welcome, Genevieve. I get told to do it a lot, and then I don't listen, and I go a while without pulling cards or doing any kind of a live thing. And, you know, just the past few weeks, it's been, my throat chakra has been highlighted. And I was like, my guides are always like, you know, giving me things in the brain, and then I don't say them. So I'm really working on that, but yeah, it's just sometimes the energy is so strong and it gets so thick. It just like, it brings a lot up, and it's like, I know I still have a lot to clear. I'm by no means think that I'm fucking good to go. You know, there's always things coming up, but also been told it's like I've been taking life too seriously. And it's like not wanting to get on and express myself, you know. Just like, fuck it. If somebody doesn't like it, they can leave, you know. Not everybody's cup of tea. And I don't want to be. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Okay. So I'm pulling from the Secret Language of Light Oracle deck. This is a really, really good deck. I love it. It's got meanings, you know, what the card means, but it also has meditations. It has journal prompts, which I've been guided to write things down. I cannot keep a personal journal. I'm still working on that. Like, my dream journal is about as much as I can write down. To me, I'm like, it's evidence. I don't, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm still working through that, and having my dream journal has totally helped me connect some dots. So I know that, like, writing things down will help me in the long run, but man, I still have an aversion to it. Yes, Genevieve, I gravitate to my cups of teas and leave the others be their own cups together. Yes. Hey, what's up, Wolf Dude? How are you doing? That way, DQ, DCase, hello, hello. Hey, guys. Welcome in. It is evidence, dude, but see, and here's the thing, and I've been doing some inner child work this weekend, and I remember stealing my older sister's journal and reading it, so I know that's a little bit of the source of my hesitation, but, you know. Alright, so I got this one from the Secret Language of Light, and it's soul writing. So this is number 20. All right, we become the stories we tell. You are the author of your story. Write one that inspires you and doesn't let anyone else command the pen. Physical reality is temporary. It is forever changing from one moment to the next. The events and experiences of your life are multidimensional living art. Their purpose and form will shift as your perception of them does. You can view and adjust any stories from your past, present, or future. Let go of justifying or analyzing the events that become your stories, and lift yourself into a new way of seeing them. Look at the card and imagine you are the angel rising and connecting to the soul light at the top of the pyramid. From this expanded view, you can see all your stories and their facets from a neutral position. A higher perspective will unveil and reveal what was previously unknown. You may be surprised, shocked, or embarrassed that the story you have identified with is not what you thought it was. Don't stress. This indicates that the stories we are shaking loose and healing is occurring. You are doing so well, you are worthy, and you are loved. Okay, let me find this part here because it made me think of, let's see. Okay, you can view and adjust any stories from your past, present, or future. I remember, so when I was a kid, I was at a birthday party, and this is something I did this weekend. And I remember, hanging out with all these girls. I wasn't the popular kid. I probably was like invited through like a friend, you know what I mean? Well, the birthday girl turns to me and she's like, "You talk too much." I didn't realize how much that fucked me up. Like how long that stayed. So I remembered that. And so I went back and I went to that memory and I went to myself, and I kind of gave myself a hug. Weird, but it helped. It's like knowing that we can go back and like console ourselves and kind of take away that charge of that hurt. So it's like, and we can go back and we can do that with any part of our lives. So I highly recommend trying it. It might be weird the first time, but it totally helps. All right. Let's see. Genevieve, my mom and sister used to read my stuff. And last year when I went to their house, they would go through my bags and see, that is such a betrayal of trust. And I've betrayed the trust too. So I think I need to work with both of those energies because I've been both those sides. But I mean, fuck, to do that now, it's, yeah, that would be very frustrating. So my chat keeps disappearing. I don't do lives super often. Okay, got it back. Yeah, so I just got me like a little lockbox type thing, so I might keep like a small tiny journal and then lock it. Let's see, decays. We're our best witnesses. I started a journal, but the information comes in so fast I can't keep up. It's all I can do to jot down one word. Yes, totally. I've tried like the automatic writing stuff and I can't, maybe it's just like I can't break through enough or just let loose enough to get it all, but it seems like it comes so fast that I'm just like, maybe I should just record myself. But then that's usually in the middle of the night and then I have, my husband sleeping next to me or something. I'll grab a recorder, just start, he'll be like, "What are you doing?" These cards are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can just sit there and meditate on the card itself, and I've done that. There's multiple beautiful ones. Yeah, on the bottom there, let your light shine. I'm going to read this one too. So that's number 45. Let's see, Genevieve. Yes, go back, console is important. Cues. I went back to third grade when I was despised. A lot of imprinting back then. Oh, man. Yeah. And it's like, and then I built up these walls. Like, not. I was a very volatile kid, you know, after some wounding happened, and you know, I felt like I had to protect myself. And you know, so there's guilt and regret from, you know, like me being mean to friends or just being really volatile to, you know, towards anybody, you know. So it's like we all have these weird wounds, and then I mean the same similar things could happen to each one of us, but then the way that we take it in and internalize it and then like project it is different. So that's why it's like I can't tell anybody like you should do this, you should do that. It's I've done this is how I was, and this is what's worked for me, this was hasn't, you know. Man. Yeah, and just a lot of imprinting. Let's see. Genevieve. Oh yes, I've been both sides as well. But gosh, me was young and learned it's not pure. Yes, exactly. It's like now looking back at this, you know, being able to look back more consciously, you know, and try to, you know, basically learn from that. And it's like you take it back, you reprocess it, and then almost like it frees that part of your inner child. Let's see. The sad part D is everyone who's ever sent me kid pics, me knows me would have been friends and safe. Yet we all had different ley lines. Yeah. DQs. I don't remember retaliatory remarks in my kid days, just sadness, probably for the best. Secret Soul, hello, darling. It's good to see you. I'm doing good. Man, I feel a lot better after this weekend. Gonna see how long I can keep this fort up. I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed. My husband's hunting for grouse. He'll be back today with the puppy. The puppy is the issue. She is a bull in a china shop, and I'm like 90% sure that when she comes home, she's just gonna try to run straight through the fort, and it'll probably all come down. But you know, it was fun having it. Genevieve. I went to 14 different grade schools, so it was a blur, no roots, in different ways everywhere. There, and that's why I'm so open to all perspectives. Yeah. Very cool. Let's see. DQs, 5 different grade schools, 3 high schools, no strong tap roots. See, and I was very lucky. Like, I have a friend that we met because we lived on opposite ends of the block before kindergarten, and she's still my friend. We've kind of had periods of, you know, in and out of our lives, but I'm very lucky that I've had, you know, I lived in the same place. You know, I was able to cultivate those roots. And you know, I had a pretty decent family, which, you know, just because you have a good family and good roots, it's like we're still all susceptible to our lessons, our life lessons and stuff. But yeah, I'm very grateful. I have Cancer is my 4th house, you know, if you do astrology and stuff. So like roots are very important to me. My family, ancestors and that kind of stuff, very connected in that way. All right. So, let your light shine. Be authentic. Today, embrace your uniqueness. Say to yourself, I'm so pleased and honored to be me. Embrace the parts of you that may feel a little strange. They feel this way because you resist experiencing the fullness of you. We can all feel a little odd or peculiar at times, longing to be like everyone else and just fit in. But compromise breeds resentment. Locking yourself into the pretense of what others want will strangle your soul and split you in two. Accept yourself. Set yourself free from judgment and what you perceive others think about you. Let your soul shine outward and inspire others to connect, embrace, and shine their truth. When we are aligned with our soul, we feel loved and satisfied. We no longer need others to lean on, to fill our perceived voids, or to be different to who they are. Instead, we want you to be with others for the pure joy of it. Create new ways towards anything that is of interest to you. Can you feel relief wash over you? You are beautiful. Aw, I love that. And you know what? I'm reading this and I'm thinking, Mama Bear. I was like, that's how I feel, you know, when I'm in your space, you know, and the people that I've met through that space. And I think that's a big reason why I'm drawn, you know, is because of the authenticity. And it's like, you don't have to believe everything everyone says. It's like, but you can hold space and create a container for everyone to just be themselves. Oh, hey! Hey. That way. John Benny. Hey, John Benny, how are you, buddy? Oh, Code's in the building. Hi, Code. Thanks for being here, guys. Good to see ya. Love ya. Oh, John, love this card. Got about 5 troll comments on a meditation videos yesterday and again today. Lets me know I'm on the right path. Yeah. Yep. It's like some people that just have to kind of flow through just as a reminder. That's just like, yeah, that's definitely not how I want to be. That's not what I want to create here. It's like, but it's like when you're doing your job, you're going to ruffle some feathers, and some people are just can't handle your light. And in that case, it's like, okay, bye then. All right. Lots of love to you that way. Aw, thanks. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to some shadow cards. Because I got a couple decks that I've been working with. So I've got the Kali Oracle. I'd had this one in my Amazon wish list for like at least a year. And saw it in a little shop when I was in Montana for a vacation a couple weeks ago, and I said, okay, it's time. It's time. And I was kind of hesitant because while I respect the energy streams and signatures of the gods and goddesses, I don't worship anything. That's, I don't think it's a bad thing. I just, I don't like to idolize gods and goddesses. To me, that's a very human construct. So I was a little hesitant just because, you know, she is a goddess archetype and stuff, but I have always had a connection with Kali. So we have very similar energies. It's like, because you need the death and the destruction to create new and better ways. Boom. All right, so let's see. And then I also have a dragon, I think what's it called here? Star Code? No, Star Dragons. Oracle cards is the other one. And these Kali oracles are like at least 4 pages for each card. So I only read like the top little description for these. Otherwise we'd be here for hours. Yeah, that's how she's perceived, is just by her darkness. And nobody, like, not nobody, but most people don't realize that it's the full gamut, and it's not, she's not just destruction, she is creation, but she will fuck your shit up. You know, if it's needed. That's the thing. I actually have a tattoo on my thigh that I got when I was 20, and it's a pinup girl, and it was like my cooking, like my chef tattoo that I got. So it's a pinup girl holding a severed head on a platter and holding a bloody knife, and I've looked at it for years, and I'm just like, that I want to get it redone as Kali, because that's more of the energy stream I'm flowing with now. But I'm all about the death and rebirth. Scorpio, stellium, big time. All right, Kali. There we go. Okay. We got number 9. Khadga. Let me find the page here real quick. All right. She wields the holy sword of divine severance, empowering the soul in radical letting go. She instills the courage to bear the pain of loss and the wisdom to release the secret blessing that can only arise when we embrace change. Where our strength of will may falter, she intervenes to ensure that we do not sabotage our ultimate fulfillment and spiritual progress. She will not allow our souls to be ensnared in any kind of deception or trapped in fear. She is the liberator, and her sword clears the path, revealing truth. Nice. Very nice. And it's like, I feel like this is, you know, the truth of who we are. And it's like the lies. I don't want to say lies. It's not lies. I don't think we're straight, you know, we're sitting there like lying to ourselves. It's just the perception and that change in perception. And it's like, there's been some really big truths coming in that's like being brought up from the depths of us, individually, you know, and collectively. So I do feel like on an individual level, this totally connects to let your light shine. You know, this is getting rid of any of the misconceptions, the false narratives that we've felt like we need to live in to be accepted in society, you know. And then on the collective note, it's like, cutting away, removing from our energy fields, you know, any one person, platform, whatever, you know, just doesn't resonate with us anymore. That only tells half truths, or, you know, that kind of stuff. So definitely a big clearing away. But I'm gonna read that one too. But yeah, so hard work. It's definitely not easy work. But I think that it's just been more apparent lately. And I don't think we have to dig as deep. I feel like it's more coming to the surface. So it's just like being aware. And then when it comes up, just like, if it feels do you want that to stay? Like, do you want that feeling in your body? If not, then we find our truth, our truth, and let it go. All right, this one here. Yeah, okay, this one's very, let's see. Yay, dragons, Jumpini. I know, right? I've pushed away or kind of just stayed on the outskirts of the dragon energy for a long time, and I've just had too many dreams in this past year, and then people information coming in that just really resonated. So I was like, I broke down and finally got myself a dragon deck. Yeah, I love Callie too. She brought me through my darkness into my light. Yeah. Yeah. That way, I see everyone as a god, goddess. It's just at what level. Yeah. Let's see. John Binney, my guide showed me today the higher vibe my higher self becomes, the lower vibe my darker self becomes. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Picking up what you're putting down there. Liquid flow. All right. So this one's number 10, Kundalini Shakti. I saw this on the bottom there, and it's like having, divine masculine, divine feminine, internalized. To me, that's what it's reminding me of. It's like, let's see here. It says, hers is the arising consciousness that evokes instability within, clearing the inner pathways for higher consciousness to manifest. Inner disturbance and instability wrought by Kundalini Shakti is an obscuring grace. Internal disorder is a necessary step towards divine reorganization. Thank goodness. Reassure your heart that no matter what may appear to be at a spiritual level, all is well. Outworn energy is being processed and broken apart. From the ashes of your inner fire, you shall emerge anew. Let what needs to happen, happen. Yeah. Yep. So definitely talking about control, which is one of my major life lessons. When it comes in sneaky ways, even when it comes to like, not just controlling like what other people do, the outside world, that kind of stuff. But that's how like spiritual bypassing can happen too, is that you're trying to control, you think you got to be happy all the time and love and light, and then you try to, something comes up and you're just kind of like, oh no, that's not me. That's not me. Yeah. It's like, it's not trying to control it. It's just sitting with things. And I've gotten a lot better at that. And it's like, if I feel something, I just like to sit there and just be like, okay, first of all, is it mine? If it is, then, I might write a few, like, I'll write on, like, sticky, like, notepads, and then I'll crumple them up and throw them away. But, yeah, it's like no more bypassing or telling or letting people control what we feel we need to do. Nobody knows our path better than ourselves. Hi, Toxic Benevolence. How are you? Welcome in. All right, so that was the Callie deck. I'm going to do the Star Dragons next. And then I will end on the Green Witch Tarot, because I thought that would be a nice cycle to do. Started with the light, go to the dark, and then what's going to grow from that cycle. Teal has been coming up a lot these days. Like the color teal. All right. Get a sippy sip. Okay. What do the Star Dragons have for us? All right, these ones are cool. And I think it's the big reason why I connected with these is they also have constellations. So this one says it's number 2, resources, but then it's got a little constellation in here. So I thought that was pretty nifty. It's kind of funny because these are, let's see, because they talk about these other cards here. There we go. Of course I picked destruction. We'll read it. I just totally stuck my finger in there and pulled out a card. So, but they have different interpretations for like the dragon itself, and then they have a humanoid figure, the herald. So they have different kind of qualities and descriptions in the book. And then the 2 that came out here are actually different than like the colored cards. So we'll read resources first. That's the 2. Come back. All right. So this is the one that popped out. Resources. The constellation is Carina, Keel. The star, Canopus, Alpha Carine, something like that. Okay, so the wisdom of the herald, to be the human, the person figure. So it is time to gather and harvest. Harness your material means and resources. Build up your stockpile and repertoire. Save, fortify, hunt, gather, repeat. And we're coming into that season. All right. So, wisdom of the dragon. Resources and abundance are available to you around every corner and within your grasp. Find me all around you. Work hard to build up and harvest for any hard winter that might lie ahead. Reap what you sow. So it makes me feel like it's like all the work that we've been doing, is coming back. And it's like we might not see the actual tangible resources, but like right now, but they're around us. And it has to do with like connections to people, connections to, I want to say your dragons. I don't, like I think following your dragons or that dragon energy is definitely leading us to like resources that we need. And then we got to remember that we are somebody else's resource, in the best way possible. And I don't mean that in just like a transactional way, but we're all resources for each other. And it's all around us. All right, so then there's the Star Dragon Invocation. It says the General of Resources implores you to reinforce your stronghold by focusing on your material means, wealth, bounty, and resources. Build up your arsenal and strengthen and fortify. Now is the time for earthly endeavors. Okay. Winter is coming. So Yeah, and I'm not feeling like a stockpiling energy. I'm not feeling like a, oh, all hands on deck type of a thing. I'm just like smarter resources. It's not about how much, it's about like how it comes in. And I don't know why, but yeah, it's not about how much you have. It's more about how much you give. I feel like how much you give, you don't have to be worried about going without, because you might give in a certain, you might give to this person, but it's like not expecting it to come back from that person. It's like you give just to give. I know that it always comes back, and it's rarely from the source that I give it. You know what I mean? It's like it always has, the universe has a magical way of bringing things in, but it's about, you know, the energy that we hold with it, because I do know people that are very transactional, that, well, I'm going to do this for them because I'm going to get something in return from them down the line, kind of a thing. It works, yeah, but it's not at the caliber that we need, that we're going to need resources. So, all right. Let me get back here. Nice. Let's see. I see. John Binier, quite a few humanoid dragon beings and healing sessions. Nice. Yeah, I'm actually looking at I Am Corey's dragon reading thing. That's being very, very called in that direction. I do Beyond Quantum Healing sessions, which is like quantum healing, QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis. It's generally the same thing, just different modalities, but I've had dragons come in for a couple clients, and that is some awesomely epic power to experience. Let's see, okay. So toxic benevolence, what if that means enabling a complete bum? Haha. That, I think that's, it depends. I mean, I don't really think that we should, enable people, but that's to each their own. It's our own lessons. It's like, right now I know I'm probably enabling someone too. It's like, and to me, it's like, the closer you are with the people, it's hard, because we want, deep down inside, we want to save people. We want not just to be the savior, but, out of the kindness of our hearts, we want people to do better and to feel better. But I've learned it's like enabling just makes it worse. It's, and if we're talking about like the resources and enabling, somebody not going out and getting their own resources or something, it's so individualized. It depends on the experience, and like what you and this other person have, in soul contracts or whatnot, if you subscribe to that thing, because there's always two sides of it. The person being enabled has a lesson that's completely different than the enabler's lesson. So, Jackie Fox, hey girl, how are you? So glad to see ya. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Genevieve, depends, toxic. Sometimes the people need the one chance, and the hard part now is that we know the world is different, and we are not here to work ass off alone, yet not gathering means some people perceive as bum. But yeah, exactly. See, and it's kind of like that double-edged sword. It's like it could look completely different to somebody outside of the scenario. You know what I mean? Yeah, can't function matrix ways no more. It's about sharing and giving and gathering now. Yes. Yep. What you give. Let's see. It's your birthday tomorrow, Jackie. Happy early birthday. Awesome. So are we still, so you're a Virgo. Nice. Right, we're still in Virgo. Yes, we are. My brother's a Virgo that was in my fort playing Uno with me the other night. Right, Genevieve, what is the definition of a bum? Because this world is crazy. People don't have a home and safety or safe haven. So what is a bum if people alone and afraid? Yeah. Yep. Oh crap, I just shuffled. I probably shouldn't have. Look at what I done. All right, well. Dirt. Multitasking is not my strong suit. All right. So I had resource. Okay, we did resources there. Destruction. Good deal. It's like there was one on the bottom, but you know what? It shuffled, so I guess it wasn't that important. I will read the one that I pulled. All right. And you are number 16, which equals a 7. All right. Destruction, releasing your anger. I like to go for a drive and throw on some metal and scream. Sometimes that's when I need to let it out. That's one way that is very effective for me to let it out. All right. Number 16, destruction, releasing your anger. Constellation, Orion. Star, Rigel. Beta, Uranus. Wisdom of the Herald. Descend upon and smite your enemies with a vengeance and furious anger. Let it out. Okay, we'll just say sacred rage, okay? let's not go too balls to the wall, but let it out. It's been bottling up inside you, and the time has come. Unleash the beast and leave your town smoldering if necessary. You've been holding it in for a while. Find a constructive or destructive outlet, preferably the latter. I want to create one of those the rooms where you go in and you just break stuff. I don't even know what that's called. But I think that would be a lot of fun. Just like go around to yard sales and get some like old ugly lamps or something and just put it in a room and smash it. I could get behind that idea. All right. So that was the wisdom of the herald. This is the wisdom of the dragon. Ha ha ha, guys. Burn it up. Harness your inner goddess Kali and destroy, smash, tear things apart with reckless abandon and wanton discard. The time has come to annihilate the old world and make room for the new. Destruction is a part of creation. Let it burn. So for you, those of you that just came in, we're playing with the Kali deck earlier. Got a few messages there. So how neat. So yeah, it's like letting that sacred rage just fucking fly. It's felt good just to say that. So just imagine smashing something. I might find something to smash later with some intention. Yeah. Yep, I'll come up with the intention. I'll find something that needs to go in the garbage anyway, and I'll just smash it. If I didn't need my office printer for work, I would totally pull an office space on my printer. All right. The Star Dragon invocation says, release your anger to destroy what no longer serves you in life. Tear down the old so that you may be renewed and restored. Smash things to pieces. Break it down to build it back up. Let it out. I love it. I love that one. There's nothing wrong with rage. I think it's a natural part of being human. It's just, where do we direct that rage to? You know what I mean? You know, I don't like to make people, you know, feel like pieces of shit, even if I think at that time that they are. You know what I mean? So, man, now I'm like looking around for something to smash. Oh, let me see. What have I missed? I'm so not good at keeping up with the chat, but I am trying. I'm learning. So yeah, Genevieve, you were told you were worthless by a family because you don't have a job, and Lily is in school. It's like, see, and that's the thing. It's like judgmental people that, you know, can't empathize or has never even like been close to where you've been before judging. It's ridiculous. And it's like, they obviously have no idea what impact, you know, you have. Let's see. Thank you. I'm trying. All right. So I think, cool, been on here almost an hour. That's good. Round it out with the Green Witch Oracle. You know, because I want to get a sense of what's growing from the light and the darkness, the clearing and all that stuff. So I thought this would be a good one. And then I'll most likely pull a Galactic Heritage card just because they're my favorite right now. Let's see. Judgmental, governmental, instrumental. Woo. Very nice. I like it. Let's get one more. Okay. Or that many more. That's cool too. That's cool too. All right. Where's my... On the bottom here, we have number 18. So that makes a 9. Stimulation, chili. So we got some fire energy, Aries energy, you know, that initiation. It's like, act first, think later. But I feel like that's a lot of this, like, the light, you know, kind of stimulates the darkness. It brings that up, brings that out along with it. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and call out these other cards that fell out too, and then I'll read them. So, Refinement, number 42. This is Dahlia. And we have, Water Energy, Scorpio Energy. Very nice. Number 3, Desire, Cos Lettuce. Gonna have a spicy salad. Awesome. So it's like the stimulation and then the refinement, you know, the working through everything. You know, working through the emotional patterns and like the stuff that comes up. It's bringing us closer to our desires. It's refining like our wants and our needs, getting clearer on all that. Bringing us back to wholeness, number 33, Black Mulberry. What do we got on here? So that's Aquarian energy. Yeah. It's like all this destruction and things that are coming up. It's just to bring us back to ourselves. Like that refinement, to get rid of the shit that doesn't need to be here anymore. You know, like I was talking about, like kids. Kids are they're in that theta brain state until like between the ages of 6 and 8, you know, and it varies. But that's the time that brainwave, the theta brainwave, is when you go into meditation, or if you're doing hypnosis, you know what I mean? To be able to absorb that information. So it's like these little sponges, you know, we were once little sponges ourselves, just taking in every piece of information and energy that was around us, you know? So like I said, it's, you know, it's not our fault. It's not our fault, you know, that we were programmed, but as adults, we need to be aware of it and to take care of it. All right, last one. Number 11, transition, cauliflower. Nice. Yeah, so I feel like it's a constant transition, you know what I mean? It's almost like that figure 8. You're going from one way of, like, seeing things one way, exploring another way, bringing back that information to the center, you know what I mean? It's like we're continuously oscillating in these transition periods, you know? So I will read the little descriptions here. 18. All right, stimulation. Chili pepper. So fresh ideas and situations are presented, and there are moments that you can see you and your ideas take center stage. You will need to take full responsibility and step up to the challenge in order to gain a positive outcome or success. Chili asks you to work on your passions in life and make sure they are truly yours, that you are not simply what you think others want to hear. Exactly. Exactly. It's like that whole, we're going into refinement, and then desire is next. It's like we're refining what we even thought that we wanted, you know? I like it. Number 42. All right. Be receptive to communications and messages that are incoming at present, as there is much to benefit your current situation. Dahlias inspire and ask you to improve yourself in current situations. You may find keys and deeper meanings to mysteries that have evaded you for some time, or be given offers that seem unusual. It can be very easy to fall for deceptive flattery and to have unrealistic expectations at the moment. So, with these two together, it's like, yeah, refinement and discernment, I feel, because with the stimulation and the chili pepper, it's like there's a lot coming up. This is a lot of energy, you know what I mean? So there's a lot coming up. There's a lot of extra energy around. So it's the refinement and the discernment. And it's like listening to your inner guidance, your inner desires of what you truly want, and not just saying yes to everything. So we're going to read desire now. Let us read desire. Oh, that was bad. Come back. Let's see. All right. Fulfillment in many areas of your life can be found by working a little more on your current relationships. Overcoming challenges is indicated, and new material gain and recovery are also shown. Lettuce helps us get better physically and emotionally. It asks that you watch the way that you are caring for yourself and to be careful about what it is you are focused on. Are your desires really serving your truth? Do your desires make you feel whole? And with the Aquarius energy, it's always, that it's that authenticity and like letting your freak flag fly. That's a very Aquarian theme, and I think that's part of your wholeness. Is like, it's not just your light, it's like the things that make you feel like a freak, your shadow parts, and being able to look at those and really accept and embrace it as a part of your entirety. All right. Everything should be coming together at present in projects and plans. The completion of something is indicated with black mulberries. The energy of this fruit asks you to put your knowledge and skills to the test. Balance and stability are present, and from this foundation, the possibilities are expanding. Setbacks, delays, and miscommunication are challenges to watch out for. Nice. Okay. Something in there. Yeah, okay. So it's like this fruit asks you to put your knowledge and skills to the test. And like I was just saying about, it's like letting your freak flag fly. It's like, are you going to stand in your wholeness when presented with, a difficult situation, a difficult person? Yeah. I'm going to read transition. Here's the last one. Number 11. Cauliflower. Cauliflower heralds a change. This might have happened recently, or be happening soon, or the energy around a change is unsettled. A rebirth can now take place, and if you're holding on to what has gone before, it is time to let go for good. A reactivation can take place in any area of your life if there has been a lull or setback. Be wary of deceit or corruption. All right. So, beware of deceit and corruption. What have we been talking about? Your wholeness, your desires, stimulation, refinement. It's like all of this and the energy that's been coming up is moving us. And it's like, I'm really glad I grabbed the Kali deck, because I was going to wait and get a little more familiar with them, but I just feel it's like change is now. the change is happening now. Okay, I can't wait. I can't be more prepared. You know what I mean? We're prepared for what's coming. I think it's feeling it and really knowing. It's like any difficult shit that's coming up, it's like it's there to show us. And cycles, they usually come in cycles. Things come back around to see if they can still play you, feed off that energy and stuff. But it's like once you learn the lesson and it comes back, you recognize it, you see it, you don't have to play in it anymore. You can just be like, yeah, okay, bye. So, wow, I like that. That was a very fun reading. Tickle in my throat. I think I want to leave with that deck go. Let's see, been on for an hour and 5 minutes. Not bad. Let's see what the chat's up to. Whew. Okay, where was I? Awesome. I'm glad you guys are digging it. Thank you for like being here and hanging out. Definitely trying to keep up on the chat thing. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and happy early birthday, Jackie. What was it? I watched yeah, you were in the chair. That's where I saw you first on Code's channel. Those are fun. Those are really fun to watch. All right, let's get these are funny little Oracle affirmation cards. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. Okay. What are we gonna do? We're gonna stand in our power. I give no fucks. I kiss no butts. All right. It is time for you to stop giving a fuck. You do not need validation or approval from anyone. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Breathe. Relax. Be the greatest version of yourself for you and nobody else. You are internally validated, gorgeous, and your self-esteem is impregnable. Never give a poo what anyone else thinks of you. You are the baddest mofo in this wild universe. Your power is in how you choose to react. Oh, I love that one. Literally one of my favorite cards in this deck. Sweet. Yeah. So, stand in our power. Be unshakable. Unbreakable. I love... This was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you. Might make this a regular thing. I was throwing around the idea of doing a Sunday card pull every Sunday. But I'm like, I was kind of taking a break from pulling cards just because sometimes, you know, you get the people that like, what is that? The codependents, and like they watch tarot a lot but don't actually take any of like the advice that they get, like that they feel that like, oh yeah, that resonates, but I'm gonna still ask if my boyfriend's cheating on me like the next 3 times. So, and I don't mean to like sound judgmental about that. I can't play in that energy. We'll just say I just don't want to play in that energy. But yeah, more like this. I think I could definitely get used to this. So, whew. That's funny because Vega, I have been looking into a lot lately. When I was on my little vacation a couple weeks ago, I was staring up at the sky and I was drawn to this one star. And I have this little app on my phone that's like Sky Viewer or something, and so you just point it at the sky and it'll tell you what star it is and the star system, the constellation that it's from. And I kept looking at Vega. Initiation and ceremony. So that's, and Vega is in the Lyra constellation. Very cool. So yeah, I've actually been, it's one of my starseed lineage that my soul came from, you know. Where's my book? Where's my book? There we go. 74. There we go. All right. Early on in Vegan mysticism, initiation and ceremony played an important role in marking milestones in life or spiritual development. On Earth today, we've often lost touch with the meanings of our ceremonies, and so they feel empty when we do them. But honoring important experiences in life is crucial to feeling connected to the universe instead of just like pawns in a bigger picture. This card asks you to tap into this ancient memory and begin experiencing life's milestones, big or small, by celebrating them through a ceremony that expresses the sacredness of your lifetime here on Earth. Nice. I'm gonna do a smashing ceremony, guys. per Kali's recommendation. Awesome. All right. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you for hanging out with me in my fort. You want to say bye? Say bye, Dixie. Say bye. Say bye. Ah, yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I love you so much. And we will do this again for sure. All right. Till next time. Bye. Bum, bum.